All right, folks, good afternoon. It is March the 10th, 2022, just after 2:30. And I want this to be kind of an introductory video and really accomplish two things. One, I want to talk about Power. This was my first node project that I ever backed, and so I want to talk about Power. But I also want to use this as an opportunity to just talk a little bit about my journey into crypto. And so the first thing we're going to do is go into Power. Now, Power is one of the more exciting node projects. And so we certainly want to spend some time getting to know Power. I have one nuclear generator. Okay. And so far I've earned 5.794987 rewards. You can see here that I created a nuclear generator. Here is my name. You'll notice that I am going through all of these node projects using the BB Bandit 1 and then whatever number after that as my representative names. And so you'll see that over everything. Now, Power is a pretty well-known node project. It's one of the reasons why for my first node, I got into Power. Right now, Power is selling for $5.32 per USD. That's how much the token is worth. If we go to the price chart, we're going to notice a couple of things that are important. Okay, so as you can see here, we're going to change this. We've, over the last 6 hours, we're down 5%. Over the last 24 hours, we're down 10%. But one of the things we'll do is change this to the daily chart. Right. So let's go through and take a look at the daily chart. We saw a massive increase in December all the way to 131. A lot of volatility here, and then we saw a crash all the way down to less than 1 in early January. We rebounded all the way up to 43, but then we've just been seeing a continual decline on the chart. Okay, and so right now we're 533 per US dollar. Liquidity at 2.1 million. So good liquidity. I do have a price alert here. And so if I do end up kind of doubling down on Power and getting another node, I have a price that I want to do it on. Okay, so I do have a price alert that I'm waiting for. Now, Power is on the Phantom network. It was, again, the first network that I joined. And so Power is on the Phantom network. There are a total of 87,068 generators. 51,000 of those are nuclear, 27,000 are hydro, 3,000 are solar, and 5,000 are wind. Now, the nuclear is the one I chose. It costs 50 power tokens to create, and you get 0.7 tokens per day for an ROI of 72 days. And we're going to go over my crypto sheets here shortly. We do have Power, and you can see some of the others that I've invested in that I am going to do a video on. Okay. So we go back to Power. Hydro, on the other hand, worth 10 power tokens to get in. And so at this price, it would be $50. You get 0.1 power per day. You have an ROI of 100 days. And so the reason that I went ahead and did this nuclear is because it wasn't that much of a major investment, just short of, it was between $450 and $500. Nice ROI in 72 days. Now, the solar is worth 5 power tokens. And you get 0.025 tokens per day. And then you have an ROI of 200 days. And then finally, wind, you can do for 1 power token, well, right now, $5.32. You ROI in 334 days because you earn 0.003 power per day. Now, if you own one of each, you can get what's called God mode. They might have updated that term when they changed from the superhuman and human nodes, etc. And essentially what this means is right now I can't, for example, take my 5 and invest that into a solar node. Because I have nuclear, I can only do other nuclear nodes. Okay. Now, if I were to create a hydro, a solar, and a wind and have one of each, then I could compound that into other nodes. Okay. And so let's say I were to get one of each. So 0.7, 0.8, 0.825, 0.8 to 0.8. So you could have one and you get 0.828 each day. Okay. And so you could almost create a new wind every single day. But, I think that you probably want to save those and pump that into your nuclear. Now, one of the things that I'll talk about in a later video is their energy tokens. And so that is going to be an interesting aspect that will separate power from some of your other things. They have begun introducing staking. And so you can begin to stake your tokens. You can get power if you deposit power energy spooky there. And so that is interesting. You can also begin to farm. And so you are beginning to see power doing other things other than just being a node as a service. And then finally, you can see some of their treasury. As you can see everything that they have done there. And so all of this is, as my computer decides it wants to lag for just a second. So you can see that Power is attempting to diversify and find different sources of income for your investors. Now, they are part of the Union of Transparency. This is important because, I think that as we've seen rug pulls and we've seen scams in the DeFi space, and we're going to continue to see those, don't get me wrong, you are seeing groups begin to come together and say, hey, we're trying to be different, right? We are trying to be different. So I do think that that is important. All right. And as always, none of this is financial advice. Do your own research. I'm a dude on an internet that is not even doxing right now. And so you're going to see that. But I am going to show you everything that I'm doing. Now let's take a look at the compounding table. Okay, so as we've seen, power token price right now, I need to update that API. I do have this automatically bringing in data from CoinGecko. It's now 5:30 or so. Daily rewards per node is 0.7 and tokens per node is 50. So I started this on the 4th. And as you can see, I do have the dates that all of my nodes are going to be compounded. You have days to next node. And so what this is your 50 divided by how many you're generating per day. Then you have your cumulative days there. You have your daily earnings, weekly earnings, monthly earnings, and annual earnings at this current price. And this is updated, as you can see here, because of the way that your daily earnings happen. So everything is really nicely done. Now, I do have an initial investment somewhere along the, okay, so you can see I got in at 923 for a total investment of 461. 461, all things equal, is annualized at $1,305. So this is kind of where we're at. Now, as you can see, as the number of nodes increases, you get twice as many power, 4 times as many power with 4 nodes, etc. And that means your days to your next node are significantly shrinking. So it gets to the point where you're creating a new node every single day. You can have up to 100 nodes annualized at the current price. Again, we don't know if we'll get there, but I would have 100 nodes on March the 8th of next year. You would annualize $130,000. Okay. And you would be looking at $357 per day. Again, this is if they can achieve sustainability. And so what's my plan? My plan is to continue to compound. I'm willing to lose $461 for the potential of annualizing out $130. If we get to $5, I'm going to create a second node, which will change, right? So let's just say we were to create one today. Everything changes, and now you're at real early. You're essentially 2 months earlier than that if you were to get that second node. So I am going to buy more. If I can type, buy 2 at 5, buy our third at 4, buy our fourth at 3. So I am going to buy more nodes if the price continues to fall, because that certainly impacts your ROI. Okay, so that's kind of how that's going to work. Now, I'm excited to go on this kind of crypto journey with each of us. If if you have any questions, I'm happy to spend some time talking about Power. You can reach out here. I am in the Power Discord under the same name, BB Bandit. Please feel free to reach out to me if you would like, and I'm happy to talk crypto with any of you all. This is Power. We'll talk about energy next in our next video. Happy crypto, everyone.